the Honorable Leader of the Opposition, Mrs. Kamla Prasad Bisesa, candidates representing the United National Congress, members of Parliament, the LHT is here, the best team in politics. Is UNC in the house? Is UNC here tonight? Members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming to Signature Hall this evening. In a show of force and in a show of solidarity, my UNC brothers and sisters who are all decked off in your African clothing, I thank my brother, MP Dinesh Rambali, for speaking up and speaking out, for a little brother who is also from the east of Tobago, Fali. But I want to tell you something, let not your heart be troubled. Just like me, Fali is from the east of Tobago. Remember, this is the Tobago East. And just like me, we little but we talawa. Don't you worry about a thing. Don't worry. Listening to the problems our citizens face daily, tapping into their needs and aspirations. I've heard people ask, will I see you after the 14th? They're asking our candidates. And the answer is UNC is yes, because that is the UNC way. When I walked with Nigel Moses in Arima Central, a man told him, I'm not sure I'm going to vote for you. And Moses said to him, I wish you'll vote for me, but whatever, on the 15th of August, I will be your counselor, and I will come back to see you and hear about your issues. UNC, our mantra is to serve the people, serve the people, serve the people. PNM on the other hand, peddling something called local government reform. To this day, they cannot explain what that means and how that will improve the lives of citizens. Because for them, local government reform comes as a package deal where it takes cash to care. Ladies, our honorable leader is here. Stand for Kamla Prasad Bisesa. She's here. Shabonas, Mrs. Kamla Prasad Bisesa and Dr. Bisesa is here with us. So as we're saying, the PNM government, local government comes as a package deal, which it takes cash to care. Ladies, PNM behaving like the guy who invites you to dinner. Everybody is good. When it comes time to pay, he disappears into the bathroom because he appears to have a bad situation because he ain't coming out. You are left to count your 10 fingers and 10 toes and wondering if the minimum amount you pay on your credit card could manage to pay for the Beaujolais, the drink up, and so on. All that is who they are. They don't cover the bills. They want you to buy cat and bag. So take no chance to be go their talking points. Nothing will change after the 14th of August. They are telling us that, and we must believe that the first time. The people haven't voted yet. We have no outcomes, but they have decided nothing will change. When Rohan and Rowley particularly are telling you after the local government vote on August 14, nothing will change. Believe them the first time. What these arrogant, out of touch, waste of time morons are in your face telling you. They are telling you vote for property tax, which will come on the 15th after the vote of the 14th. Are you going to vote for that? Are you going to vote for that? Are you here? They are telling you vote on the 14th and keep Rohan in his position so that your roads will get worse and your worries with your car will only get worse. Are you going to vote for that? They are telling you to vote on the 14th for no jobs. Yet you know, they're telling you also that it takes cash to care. I tell you, tell Rowley to keep him money and we gonna keep we honey. Tell Rowley to give me money. It takes cash to care. They're telling you on the 14th of August, after you vote, Hines will be further endorsed as the Minister of National Security. Are you going to vote for that? There'll be no foreign exchange. They are telling you the rainy season is here, and you must beg, borrow, or steal Noah's Ark because you're going to flood out, because they don't care, that it takes cash to care. Trinidad and Tobago, this horror story starring the Mokodo zombie, telling you get out, get out. Are you going to vote for them? Wake up. TNG, you have come too far, only to come this far. I am not here to tell you what to do. The Minister of Education told you once, you're big and you have sense. So who are you voting for on the 14th of August? Who are you voting for? You know, as Naila Maraj in a Facebook post told us, she said, how have the people of Trinidad and Tobago managed to choose the most evil people in the country to elevate to the role of royalty and drag them back to feudalism? Because there's no other word for a system in which a small group of people can cruelly exploit the rest of the population and live in a state of decadent excess with the willing acceptance of their victims. UNC, we have to stay awake. Unfortunately, we told you so. It was a Tobago-born president who reminded us that habits grow in slow degrees. streams into rivers, into seas. And that is why the PNM telling us on the 14th, after your vote, nothing will change. You see, they do not take any accountability. They don't care about anybody. They give no explanation because the PNM have taken a vow of silence, but none of them may take over our poverty. So as our leader has over the course of this campaign been rallying us, stand your ground. Don't let other people define you. The standard of conduct to which they hold people looking like me and you have rarely been practiced by them because institutional penetration has protected them throughout history. It is time, brothers and sisters, to break down those barriers. UNC in this week of emancipation, we have not come this far only to come this far. Tonight we cannot let a group of the most selfish, arrogant, lazy, bold-faced people take away our power. Are you going to give them your power? They want to make us feel we cannot do better. We will not be enslaved by the PNM indifference, their lack of empathy, their low standards, their lack of accountability, wanting us to feel and believe this is who we are. No, we are better than this. No, we have come too far to only come this far. You see, the UNC and the PNM subscribe to different values and philosophy. PNM's tagline is, it takes cash to care. Folks, it ain't matter how much cash PNM have. They have no sense. They're just dotish. It ain't matter. You need a heart to care. We in the UNC believe we need a heart full of love and a soul generated with grace. When KPB first, our Honorable Kamala Prasad Bissessa, the first act in her parliament, when she went to cabinet, first cabinet in 2021, the first meeting, what did she do? She established the Children Life Fund to ensure that no child had to die because the parents did not have any money to access the best health care. And that came from a heart filled with grace and a soul generated with love. The baby grant, no child must go to bed hungry in Trinidad and Tobago. They demonize those efforts at making life a little easier. PNM is the only group who could make you feel bad about wanting to do better. A heart full of grace, a soul generated by love. When this Kamala Prasad Bissessa, Prime Minister, called me as Managing Director of the HCC and instructed me to give the people who have been living in HCC housing for over 30 years, their houses for $100. I tell you that, I'm telling you, $100. I'm telling you, these are people living on Prince Street, and George Street, and Duncan Street. The primest of real estate. This Kamala Prasad Bissessa, Prime Minister, said, give them it for $100 because they need a stake in their country. That is a heart full of love, a soul generated against. That is who she is. They took away gate without an education. I would not have been standing in front of you tonight. I'm from Charlottesville, Tobago. I come from humble beginnings with no silver spoon. And I, as a poor black picky-head girl from Tobago, I stand on the shoulders of Botiwari, of Ganga Singh, of Bazio Pandey, and Kamala Prasad Bissessa. They opened the door for me. They opened the door for me. It didn't matter. It didn't matter that I was black, that I was from Tobago. They opened that door for me. So when we repurposed the building, the admin building in San Fernando, again it was Kamala Prasad Bissessa as Prime Minister, who said she cannot bear to see the people sleeping in the corridors of the San Fernando Hospital at the time. She said, I asked, how long, Honorable Prime Minister? She said 18 months. I'm telling you, it was an impossible project. I used to, as the chairman of UNICOT, I used to leave Port of Spain where I reside to get to a meeting, a site meeting in San Fernando for 4:30 a.m. These guys from Austria, sometimes they're late. I say, oh, they come here to relax. This is not about relaxing. You have to do the work. You have to do the job. And we have to bring in this project within 18 months. And within 18 months, we had 216 beds at the San Fernando Teaching Hospital. It was this, yes, we work. A soul generated by love. We work. The same thing with the Couva Children's Hospital. From conceptualizing to mobilization to construction to commissioning. 24 months, we finished that hospital, state of the art. Rowley kept it locked up. All he could find to do, this destructive man, was to take down the sign that said Hoover Children's Hospital. Why? Because the Prime Minister then was zeroing in on children, that they will have a specialist center to care for them. It took long to sign. But I promise you, in the not so distant future, Kamla Prasad Bisesa will be Prime Minister again. And his name... and we will rename that hospital the Kamla Prasad Bisesa Children's Hospital. And who vex loss? UNC, we have worked very hard, led by our leader, to get to this point. Don't give up. We didn't come this far, only to come this far. Because in this week of emancipation, my brothers and sisters, we may have come on different ships, but we are all in the same boats. Everybody in Trinidad and Tobago, we have to tell them who to vote for. They know to vote for the UNC. We are hearing it all over. The problems, the issue. And very briefly, I want to congratulate the people of Palo Seco. I heard MP Rambali spoke about it. Rowley gone down there with the two hands swinging. They put him to sit down in a couch as if he's the male Oprah. You know, I don't know if you all know that famous scene where Oprah said, you get a car, everybody gets a car. Rowley went down there and literally told everybody, you get nothing, nobody get nothing. The two hands swinging, nothing for anybody. So people feel abandoned. I mean, the people of Palo Seco, they're all in red in solidarity with the Prime Minister. But what they did, they asked him some hard questions. A lady asked, I'm from Palo Seco. I educated my daughter. She was very proud. She's a Prime Minister, there's bloody shell in your meeting and so on. I want you to meet you. I want to know why my daughter had to leave Palo Seco to go to Tobago to work. This is my beloved child. You know what Rowley tells this man? He says, sometimes you have to let go and let that bird fly. As if he's talking about a Chicky Chong. Is the woman beloved daughter she's talking about? This is a man with no empathy. This man doesn't care. This man just don't get it. He just doesn't get it. Something had to be wrong with this person. The woman is talking about her child. Similarly, somebody else asks about young men who have been incarcerated and there are no jobs. He had no answer. He should have anticipated that question. It is, especially in this week of emancipation, it is mainly young men of African descent who find themselves in those issues. And the counselor, the person who was going up, the candidate, she asked a pertinent question. He said, yeah, no answer. Asked Foster, who came up with the usual overbearing PNM arrogance to say, well, as long as they are disruptive, why everything to do with black people with PNM negative? When Foster should have said, is but for the grace of God, go I. And I have, but for the grace of God, go I. And I have the name of all these young men who are coming out of jail. And we have opportunities waiting for them. We have training waiting for them. We have people who will put their hand on their shoulder and help them and guide them. But UNC, that is the PNM way. That is not our way. As I said, we come from a different value system of serve the people. You know, Rowley knew silver bullet. Is that he said the US tell him to solve crime, he had to vet police. I reiterate, if we have a Prime Minister who's showing up illegally to interrupt a process, Rowley needs to vet himself first. Rowley can't vet police and vet himself because we want to know how this fella who engaged in illegality, according to him, because he said it was me, how could he have done that? You know, they find the parliament to abuse, to right their wrongs, and that is all they're good for. UNC in this week of emancipation, love your PNM brothers and sisters, because as I said before, we came on different ship, but today with Rowley, we are in the same boat. It is time to take back our country and to stand our ground. The majority who are on the brink, the majority who told us are fed up, stand your ground. Those who have been waiting for what seemed like forever for a change which will mean something positive for you and your family. Not only Rowley's people, you know, the rich to get richer. I assure you that those that are burdened and weighed down by the apparent unending cycle of poverty and stress that the PNM policies have enabled, keep the faith, because the arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends towards justice. And we are fighting for that justice, which brings me to the question, Are you better off today? UNC, are you better off today? Are you better off today? So on August 14th, go out and vote for the change you deserve, you and your family deserve. Because we did not come this far only to come this far. We still have a distance to go. Vote for your peace of mind on the 14th. Vote to secure your family. Vote for the UNC. Vote for YOU. Vote for you. UNC, keep hope alive. Thank you very much. Thank you.